Before we get into this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. All right. So let's take a look at how some of our Super Eagles players performed over the weekend. And we're going to start in the French top flight, the Ligue 1. We'll start with Lorient hosting Lyon. Match ended 4-1 in favor of Lyon. Not the best result for Lorient, who have two Super Eagles players on their roster. Both those players started in the match, and we're going to start with Thierry Murphy. He scored the one goal for Lorient. A header at the far post, counter was free, and put the ball into the back of the net from a corner kick. That made the score 2-1. But at the end of the day, it ended up just being a consolation goal because Lyon scored two more in his 79 minutes on the pitch. Thierry Murphy had 38 touches of the ball, 36 passes completed out of 43 attempted, and that was for 85%. 5 shots taken, 3 on target and 2 off target. 2 out of 2 dribbles completed, 0 out of 5 aerials won, 1 tackle completed out of 2 attempted, and 1 clearance in the game. Thierry Murphy has 26 appearances so far this season, 4 goals and 3 assists. Not the best season so far, but he has been having some good performances in the past few matches, and I expect him to keep on going up from here. Also on the pitch was Innocent Bunke. Played the full 90 minutes of the match for Lorient, had 52 touches of the ball, 38 completed passes out of the 44 he attempted, and that was for 86%. Did make 1 key pass in the game, 1 tackle completed out of the 1 he attempted, 1 clearance, and 2 interceptions. Not bad from Innocent Bunke, but his team fell on the losing side, and they also fell into the relegation playoff zone, which I hope they can climb out of in the coming weeks. Also in the French top flight, Moses Simon and Nantes took on Montpellier. Match ended 2-0 in favor of Nantes. Moses Simon played 90 minutes exactly in that match. He was taken out at the 90-minute mark. Had 48 touches of the ball. Completed 28 passes out of the 37 he attempted, and that was for 67%. Made 3 key passes in the game. Took 3 shots. 1 was blocked and 2 were off target. Out of those 2 that were off target, 1 actually hit the woodwork. Completed 3 dribbles out of the 5 he attempted. Won 2 aerials out of the 3 he went for, and also took a corner kick in the game. So all around performance by Moses Simon. And moving on, we go to the EPL this time, and we start with Leicester City hosting Leeds United. Match ended 1-0 in favor of Leicester City. Wilfred Ndidi started that match. He played 76 minutes. Actually got a yellow card in the game for his troubles. 52 touches of the ball, 31 passes completed out of 37 attempted, and that was for 84%. Took a shot and it was on target. This was a header from a corner kick. 1 dribble completed out of the 1 he attempted. 1 aerial one out of the 1 he dueled for. 1 tackle out of 2. 1 clearance and 1 interception. Pretty good game for Wilfred. Also on the pitch was Ademola Lookman. Came into the game on the 61-minute mark. Had 29 touches of the ball. 11 passes completed for 20 out of 23 attempted. 1 key pass made in the game. A shot taken which was blocked. 3 dribbles completed out of 4 attempted. He was successful in 4 tackles out of the 5 he attempted, and that's pretty good for Ademola Lookman. And the third horseman of the Super Eagles trio, Kelechi Iheanacho, came into the game at the 61-minute mark, had 18 touches of the ball, 9 out of 13 passes completed, 1 key pass in the game, which was the assist to Harvey Barnes. A nice assist. Put it on a plate for him, in my opinion. Looked like a pretty easy pass, but he put it at a real nice spot for him. Could have put it right at his feet and he would have touched it out of bounds, but he put it right on the plate. All he had to do was just put it into the back of the net. Nice one by Kelechi Iheanacho. 3 out of 3 aerials won, and that was the game for Kelechi Iheanacho. Good performance coming off the bench. Another match with a couple of Super Eagles players playing in it was Watford taking on Arsenal. Match ended up 2-3 in favor of Arsenal, and the Watford team with the 2 Super Eagles players, and I'm going to talk about Dennis Emmanuel. He played 90 minutes in the game against Arsenal, 36 touches of the ball, completed 5 out of 12 passes for 42%. Not that good. 1 key pass in the game. A game high 4 shots taken, 1 was on target, 1 was off, and 2 were blocked. 1 dribble completed out of 5 attempted, and 1 aerial 1 out of 2. Pretty good performance for Dennis. And also for the Super Eagles, coming off the bench was Samuel Kalu. Made his debut for Watford, came off the bench at the 89-minute mark, had 5 touches of the ball, completed 2 out of 3 passes for 66%. 1 shot taken, which was on target, and completed 1 dribble out of the 1 he attempted. Pretty good, slick cameo by Samuel Kalu. Gave a little glimpse of what he can bring to the table, and hopefully he can get more opportunities. Also in the EPL, Frank the Tank Onyeka and Brentford took on Norwich. Match ended 3-1 in favor of Brentford. Frank the Tank came into the match at the 59-minute mark, had 22 touches of the ball, completed 2 passes out of 6 attempts, then that was for 33%. 1 tackle completed out of 1, and 1 clearance made. Not the most eye-popping numbers, but at the end of the day, he fulfilled his assignment. His job was just to come out and help his team see out the game, and that's what he did. Moving on to the German Bundesliga, we start with Wolfsburg taking on Union Berlin. Union Berlin, as we know, have Taiwo Awoniyi. He played 71 minutes in that match. Not the best match for Taiwo Awoniyi. He actually scored an own goal. And the crazy part is, Wolfsburg had actually tried to sign Taiwo during the transfer window, and he turned them down. Then turned around and scored a goal in their favor to beat his current club. So that's kind of crazy right there. But anyways, he had 38 touches of the ball, completed 12 passes out of 18 attempted, and that was for 67%. 1 aerial 1 out of 4 attempted, 3 clearances in the game, took 2 shots, 1 was on target, the other was off. Not the worst game for Taiwo Awoniyi, but I'm pretty sure that own goal is not going to make him feel too good. Also in the game, Anthony Uja, a Union Berlin player, had recently come back to the team after almost 2 years out with injury. I believe this is his second appearance of the season so far. He came into the match at the 82-minute mark, had 9 touches of the ball, had 2 shots, 1 was on target and 1 was off. 1 out of 4 passes completed for 25%, made 1 key pass, and won 1 out of 2 aerial balls. And yeah, Anthony Uja, a real good player, had a good time in the Bundesliga in the past. Really a 10-goal-a-season type of striker. As I said, he's been out for a while, so it could take him a while to get back in his original form. But if he does do that, it's going to be pretty good for Union Berlin, and definitely good for Taiwo Awoniyi, because he can learn a lot from Anthony Uja. Also in the Bundesliga, Kevin Akpoguma and Hoffenheim took on Cologne. Match ended 1-0 in favor of Kevin Akpoguma's side. He played 78 minutes in the match, had 61 touches of the ball, 34 passes completed out of 41 attempted, and that was for 83%. 5 out of 5 tackles won, 2 clearances and 3 interceptions. Pretty good performance for Kevin Akpoguma. Played on the left side of a 3-man defense. I have absolutely zero idea why he's not on the Super Eagles list. So if you ask me, I don't know who I'm going to ask right there with that one. And moving on to the La Liga, Samuel Chukwueze and Villarreal fell to Osasuna by 1-0. He came into the match at the 77-minute mark, had 13 touches of the ball, completed 5 out of 7 passes for 71%, made 1 key pass in the game, completed 1 out of 3 dribbles, and won 1 out of 1 aerial, and that was the match for him. Coming off the bench, I feel Samuel Chukwueze should be a starter for Villarreal. Hope he fights and gets that position back as time goes on into the season. Next, we move to the Italian top flight. Victor Osimhen and Napoli taking on AC Milan. Match ended 1-0 in favor of AC Milan. Not the best result for Victor Osimhen and his side. They lose ground in the title race with that loss right there. He had 32 touches of the ball, 10 passes completed out of 15 for 67%, 2 aerials 1 out of 5, and 2 clearances in the game. I feel like the referee and VAR missed a penalty at the 13-minute mark. Victor Osimhen got past his marker, got to the byline, and he was fouled. The man stepped on his heels clear as day. Even the Serie in their replays only showed 2 angles of that situation, when the third angle was clear as day that the man stepped on him. Also, the referee overlooked as he was fouled time and time again by the AC Milan players, even elbowed in the midsection, and the referee didn't give a yellow card or nothing on that, not even a warning. Now Victor on this part got a yellow card for picking an opponent off the ground, which was very unnecessary, but I would never tell him to dial it down, because the same passion that gets him in trouble like that is the same passion that brought him to where he is right now. So he just has to walk the thin line and make sure he doesn't get sent off or make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. But at the end of the day, we need that passion. That's what Victor Osimhen is all about. That's what he brings to the table, a whole bunch of passion. He wants to win. Next, we move to the Dutch top flight, where Maracao Koye and Sparta Rotterdam took on Vitesse. Match ended up being abandoned, even though Sparta Rotterdam were up by a goal to nil at that moment. Maracao Koye was a central figure in most of the match. He saved the penalty in the game, and second of all, he was charged by a fan, an irate fan, who thought he was going to run up on Maracao Koye, but when he got to Maracao Koye and saw the size of the man, he changed his plans and turned around, running away. And the final moment, which you could say was the last straw, was Maracao getting hit in the head with a plastic bottle. This happened in the first minute of 7 minutes at a time, and from there the match was ended and postponed until further notice. Moving on, this time in the Turkish Super League, Anthony Wakeme and Trabzonspor took on Fenerbahce. Match ended 1-1. Anthony Wakeme played 87 minutes in the game, scored a goal in the game, 67 touches, 36 out of 45 passes completed for 80%, 2 key passes made in the game, 6 total shots, 4 off target, 1 hit the ball out of those 4 which were off target, 1 was blocked and 1 was on target. He won 1 out of 2 aerials, 2 out of 3 tackles, and 1 clearance. Nice game by Anthony Wakeme. And we move to the Belgium top flight, the Jupiler, and we start with Paul Onuachu and Genk taking on Cercle Brugge, and that match ended 2-2. Onuachu was one of the highest rated players on the pitch, even though he didn't score or assist in this game. He had 37 touches of the ball, completed 9 passes out of 20 attempted for 45%, 1 dribble out of 1 attempt, 12 aerials, 1 out of 15 attempts, and 1 tackle, 1 out of 1 attempt. Nice game by Paul Onuachu. Also in Belgium, we have Valentine Ozon-Afor and Charleroi taking on Standard Liège, and this match ended 0-0. Valentine played in the middle of a 3-man defense. He had 45 touches of the ball, 41 passes completed out of 45 attempted, 87% altogether, 2 out of 2 aerials, 1, 2 out of 2 tackles, 1, 6 clearances, and 1 interception. Pretty good game by Valentine Ozon-Afor. And we move to Denmark, where Copenhagen took on Randers. And Copenhagen, as we know, have Akikumi Amu, got his first call up for the Super Eagles. I know he's ecstatic about that. And he also got his first appearance for his new club in that match. Entered the game at the 87-minute mark, and his team ended up winning 3-0. Also on his team is another Nigerian player named Paul Mukairu. He had a yellow card and played 78 minutes in the game. And on the Randers side, there are also 2 Nigerians, Tosin Kehinde, who played 83 minutes in the match, and Stephen Ode, former MFM striker, played 90 minutes in the match, could not get a goal for his team. They lost by 3-0. And this time we move back to the shores of England in the Championship, where Semi Ajayi and West Brom took on Hull City. He played 90 minutes in that match, which West Brom won by 2-0. Had 45 touches of the ball, 20 completed passes out of 27 attempted, and that was for 74%. 1 key pass during the game, completed 1 dribble out of only 1 attempt, 1 tackle out of 1 attempt, 7 clearances, and 5 interceptions. Just a big-time defensive effort by Semi Ajayi. Moving on to the Scottish top flight, where Rangers took on Aberdeen. Match ended 1-0 in favor of Rangers, who have 3 Super Eagles players on their roster. 3 of those players were in the match yesterday, and Joe Aribo is the first player we're going to talk about. He got the assist for the goal, even though he really didn't know much about it. Somebody headed the ball off his chest, and it went to his teammate, who put it into the back of the net. Hey, he'll take the assist, no problem. 67 touches of the ball, 42 passes completed out of 47 attempted, 3 key passes made in the game, 1 shot taken, but that shot was off target. 6 out of 11 aerials won, 1 out of 1 tackle won, and 1 interception. Good game for Joe Aribo. Also in the starting lineup with Joe Aribo was Calvin Bassey. Played 90 minutes in the game. Started as a left-sided central defender, but moved to the left-back position later in the game. 69 touches of the ball, 43 out of 51 passes completed, 1 shot taken, but that shot was blocked. 1 out of 3 aerials won, and 2 out of 2 tackles won. Pretty good game. As I said, he started as a left-sided central defender. That was until Leon Balogun came into the game at the 60-minute mark. He had 16 touches of the ball, 8 out of 13 passes completed for 62%, 2 out of 3 aerials won, 1 clearance, and 2 interceptions. And like I said in the other video, seems like the coach is just using Leon Balogun sparingly, saving him for the latter part of the season when they have the run. They have the Europa League, the Scottish Cup, and the Scottish League that is in the balance right now. So definitely trying to keep it healthy. Last but not least, we end in Spain with Sadiq Umar and Almeria taking on Zaragoza. Match ended 2-0 in favor of Zaragoza. Not the best result for Sadiq Umar and his side. He actually won a penalty in the game, and I just don't understand why he didn't take it, because the player who took it just didn't look serious enough. Took the penalty and missed it. And yeah, even after that, Sadiq scored a goal, put the ball into the back of the net, but the person who assisted the goal was offside, so it just didn't look like his day. Had a good performance, but they just couldn't get the ball into the back of the net. So that was how some of our Super Eagles players performed over the weekend. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Peace.